Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to a new video. In today's video I am going to fish a stream, hoping to catch some carp. Should I catch some tench or even some big slabs, I'm fine with that. I'm fishing today with my dad, who is over there. I've actually never fished in this stream before, and in fact I've never fished any stream in general before, period, which is quite exciting. We've seen a bunch of fish activity already. Yesterday when we came here, just to check the spot out, it looked pretty good. So we decided spontaneously that we're going to fish it for one night, for 24 hours basically. Now my plans have changed a little bit. Originally I was going to fish the canal for 3 nights. However, after the first day, the carp started spawning there, which is a bit of a shame. I'm hoping that because it is all narrower and there's not much flow, I hope that this water is a little bit warmer in general. So the carp might have already been done spawning. We haven't seen any signs of spawning whatsoever as far as we walk. So that is a good sign. It is quite a long stretch though. So they in theory, they could really be anywhere. So without further yapping, I'm going to crack on, see if we can catch something. And should something happen, then I'll let you know. What is it going to be? Flyer. Yeah. Tench. Jetzt. Ui, Papa. Was ist drunter? Ja. So, first fish of the session. Been here for about 2 hours now. The rods were in. We have seen a bunch of bubbles and like fizzing left and right. And it's not a carp, unfortunately, but very slimy. That is a very optimistic start to the session because obviously I've never been here. I've never fished here. I wasn't even sure if there's gonna be any tension here or if there's even any carp. I don't know, but yeah, you can only find out by trying. And yeah, that's a very good start to the session. Probably about like 1 kilo, 1.5. Oh, and probably even less now. I'm gonna get them back and then get the rods straight back in and hope for another bite. Very nice. So this is the rig that I caught the tench on. Bright yellow fluoro pop-up 12mm on a spinner rig, what I always use. And yeah, I am actually probably going to change the hook bait because like the bait floss already kind of slipped through, so might as well just redo it. Why does there have to be these like caterpillars everywhere? What kind of caterpillar is this, if anyone knows? I swear they're everywhere. Like this. It is a little bit noisy here because there's a bridge over there where a lot of cars pass by. Should definitely calm down at night, but I'm not really bothered. It's just for like the video. Now again, taking some bait. I got, as always, 15mm boilies and 6mm pellets. And actually I did mix some big halibut pellets in there as well this time. Ah, the allergy though. Sniffing all day again already. It's getting really bad with the pollen and stuff lately. Crazy. Okay, so mesh back. Hook it on. And now just going to lower the rig in the same place as before. About there. Perfect. Get some whole boilies and spread them around. Some pellet on the spot. And some crumb boilies also around. There we go. I always make sure that my line doesn't tighten too much. I try to give it as much slack as possible, just because I'm fishing really like close in. It is not too shallow here though. Like this stream, it's about like 2 meters deep or so. What it feels like. There we go. Very slack line. Not a lot of tension. And that is perfect. Everything set, and let's hope for another bite soon. It is now several hours later, and I've just had a nap for a couple hours because absolutely nothing happened. I did put my second rod out earlier, like I said, and I've had a few liners here and there, and we still see loads of fizzing, loads of activity, but we just aren't getting any bites. So I just got both my rods out just to redo them and get them ready for the night ahead. So finally the spot in the corner there is free. The man who was fishing there with a pole actually caught quite a few what looked like roach and also one tench, which looked a decent tench to be honest. And earlier, like basically every time people came here, they caught like something, like little fish, bigger fish, but they all put in quite a bit of bait throughout the day today, all in this like basically in the same sort of area. And I decided to put out a third rod overnight. This one does have a longer hook length. I would probably shorten that actually. I remember I tied it in the middle of the night last time, and it turned out to be much longer than I wanted it to be. There we go. And that is the rig. Just straight here. Oop. Perfect. And a bit of bait. You never know. You never know. Carp might come along. I really do have to say I like this stream, the look of it, with all the reeds. Especially going further, where you maybe don't hear the road too much. Would be really sick, I think. I changed the color to red on this one. Red for code red. Because I know it's the rod furthest to the right and I need to hurry. But yeah, everything is in stable and nice. And let's see and hope for a bite tonight. Fingers crossed. Alright, so the sun just set and my right hand rod, the one that I put in last, the one with the pink pop-up, screamed off. Well, screamed off is a bit much, but yeah, got this second tench of the trip. Still not a carp, but those are really nice tench. They're actually some decent size. The one that I caught earlier was about 4 pounds. I weighed it afterwards, and this one seems to be similar size. So yeah, I'll get it back, re-rig the rod, and then hopefully can get another bite in the night, which maybe will then be another fish. But I will not complain. During the times where the carp spawn, it is nice to catch something. So especially this being my first time on the stream, like I said a couple times now, but yeah, cool tench, and I'll let that go and hope for another one. Okay, so we are in the next morning, and unfortunately the rest of the night was pretty uneventful. Had a few liners, my dad had a few liners as well, but yeah, the fish, they don't seem to be that active still. I'm definitely gonna come back in the future. I'm gonna give this stream a proper try. We'll see what this water has to offer. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. I would honestly really appreciate that. Thanks for all the support on my last video, on the unknown pond one. Amazing. And yeah, we're packing now and we're gonna go home. So I would say bye, and until the next time, see ya.